Alright, we're back with Nier far wherever you are.
Yep, and we took another screenshot when we started recording, because that's what Nier does.
Yeah, which does show up in the video feed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Also, the last two videos I posted, we had the exact same conversation both times about how I don't know why it's doing that, and I tried changing the setting. Like, it's weird, we had the exact same conversation in like two videos. They were recorded a week apart. But,
yeah.
But yeah, that was the thing. Is this not where I'm supposed to go? Oh, right. I guess I'm hacking through the merchant computer. So at this point in the game,
okay, good.
Yeah.
2B's black box.
At this point, 2B is at the factory.
These comms are all messed up.
Oh, okay.
You know, where everything got super normal.
Right.
Take control.
So I've learned that freaking the what type is 9S? The recon or the...
He's a scouting model.
Yeah, I've learned that the scouting models do all the actual work.
Yeah, basically.
And the combat models just hit stuff.
Nice.
Pretty much.
Now I just have to unlock the door where 2B
So now I'm an adorable robot, and I'm also level 8.
Ah, I see.
So, fighting is not a thing we do.
It would be if you had regular arms and legs.
Hey, look, I can totally, like, attack, see?
Oh, dude.
Look at that awesome attack combo. Like, fuck you, Raiden.
Oh, that dive kick was pretty good.
Yeah, the dive kick's pretty awesome, actually. Alright, I don't have a dodge forward, but I do have a backstep. So I could totally be a Dark Souls character.
I'm like sitting here trying to figure out if Android 18 has energy absorption properties.
I mean, just look at, like, the Dragon Ball Wiki.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing, but there's a lot of background, relationship with Krillin, frickin'...
Right, so I forgot that on some enemies I have these options. I can detonate the target, I can subjugate the target to make it a pet, or I can control it myself.
Oh, cool.
So in this instance, we want to control the targets. Aha, now I have the torch.
Hey, so you've got an actual weapon now.
Kinda, but I think I have the same moveset.
Oh.
If I want to reach 2B, I'll need to reach the factory's lower level first.
Ah, totally could have made it.
We are significantly less mobile than 2B. So
That smoke is bullcrap, by the way.
yeah, that's... Oh, no, alright. I didn't think I was gonna make it.
Because it only stops when one of the things is under
Yeah.
to pound.
Thankfully, since we're working backwards, it gets easier as we go on,
Yeah.
as opposed to harder. Aw,
He's a
poor-
scared brother.
Yeah. Poor scared religious robots.
Oh no! Oh, that one's praying. That one's praying, but also has a minigun on his chest.
Yeah, I think I could have, like, hacked it and subjugated it to make it shoot the guy.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to get through this part. I do enjoy 9S's run of this more than 2B's, just because it's a little bit shorter and it's also a little bit more interesting.
Yeah, I mean, 9S's run in general just seems to be more interesting because you get more insight.
Well, that'll change on Route C, the next route, because
Okay.
that's 100% original content.
Okay, yeah. People, I haven't been spoiled, but people are telling me that, you know, the third playthrough is the one where my mind will be blown.
Not really blown per se.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's just like that's when like the real plot starts happening.
I've also been watching, what is that show?
PewDiePie?
No, Zanagoto, which is this sort of... It's a mystery thing. It was a novel made into an anime. And apparently it's one of those... The answer's been in plain sight the whole time type of things.
I really like those shows when they're done well. Did I ever tell you about Rabbit Doubt? Like, seriously, fuck Rabbit Doubt. Rabbit Doubt is the stupidest fucking, like, manga I've ever read.
Oh, okay.
I can't stand it.
Okay.
It's one of those I mean, it tries to be one of those kinds of shows. But,
Alright.
But the twist is fucking dumb.
Okay.
Like, it's a Saw kind of setup. I killed all the bad guys. Oh, no, there's still more. It's like a Saw kind of setup where like a bunch of like I guess we didn't kill all the bad guys. Where a bunch of kids are like trapped in like an old like scary like factory or some shit like that.
Okay.
And like one of them is the killer.
Okay.
And like they got to figure out like who it is. And right at the first person who dies is this paraplegic like girl like in a wheelchair and like super sickly and sweet, and she like dies horribly.
Okay.
So, I mean, now that I've said that, of course your assumption is going to be she's actually the killer. But it's not that simple.
Okay. Okay.
Because number one, like when they bring her in, oh shit.
Wow, what?
I did a jump and I went too far and I fell through the hole. Right when they bring her in, the main character's like, "Oh, I know you. You were a TV star." And then like they don't elaborate on like what she did. And at the end, it turns out it was her, but it turns out like there's a few layers of stupid here.
Okay.
First off, she's not actually a paraplegic. Like she can walk just fine. Secondly, I'm reasonably certain that was a twist. Secondly, it turns out the reason she was a TV star was she was like a world like famous like hypnotist.
Okay.
So she pretended to die and like hypnotized everybody into thinking that her corpse was more
Wait, so
mutilated.
this is some Eisen from
Yes.
Bleach crap?
Yes, it is.
No!
Like, it's totally hypnotism does not work that way.
Yeah, okay.
Like, it's not hypnotism, it's fucking mind control.
Yeah, like over remotely.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
And then, like before this, they make it look like the main character's, like, childhood friend is actually the killer, but she's, quote-unquote, hypnotized.
Well,
Like, actually mind controlled, basically. Like, by the hypnotist chick. And,
yeah.
and, like, she has, like, a shitload of, like, post-hypnotic suggestions put into her to basically make her do, like, whatever the fuck the, oh, right, I've got to mind control this guy. Basically make her do, like, whatever the fuck the author needs her to do. And then, she just, the bad guy just wins, because, like, she has the girl kill the main character, and then she also has the girl, like, programmed to, like, walk into, like, a police station and, like, murder a bunch of people. To, like, make her look like she was the killer all along, yeah. And then, like, Psychic Girl just gets off scot-free, like, for no reason. And then, like, it just ends with, like, her, like, in Paris or something, like, reading the newspaper and, like, smirking. Because, like, there's, like, a newspaper article about the girl who went crazy and, like, murdered a bunch of police officers. Like, it's fucking dumb.
Yeah. Yeah, so no, I'm watching this thing, and it's not complete because, like I said, it's based on a...
I can fly now.
Huh. It's based on a novel, and then it takes them...
Oh, I want the Popat guy.
It takes them a while to translate it, because it's got to be fan-translated and all that good stuff.
Right.
And, but it's kind of the same setup. It's sort of a locked room murder mystery type deal. Like, 12... There's a bunch of people on an island. They're all there on a vacation. Somebody dies. Like, somebody is beheaded. But she...
This isn't fair.
Yeah. Somebody was beheaded, but they found her beheaded in her room, which was locked, and the window's like 100 feet up, so you can't get in through there, and like, you know what? It's like there's an impossible crime, but somebody did it.
Yeah, that's...
Because there's only, you know, you people here.
Yeah, that's pretty much the definition of a locked room mystery.
Yeah, and so I keep getting assured that the answer's there the whole time, you know, and they're doing your typical thing, like, oh, okay, the room was impossible, it's impossible, and then like a few days later somebody else dies, Same thing. They were beheaded, but their whole fucking room was locked and all the blah.
Right.
And
that's interesting.
yeah,
When it's done well.
yeah. And so I keep being assured though that it's one of those things where if you go back and watch episode 1, it's like Westworld.
Yeah, yeah.
Like if you go back and watch episode 1, it's all there, and you're totally gonna go like, oh my god, and stuff. But
I mean, yeah,
I'm really having a hard time seeing it. So,
it's generally held that a good twist is a twist that makes a repeat viewing of the work like different.
Right.
Like fucking, I always hold up. Oh look, it's Pascal.
To me! It's me! 9S!
It's 9s.
9S?
Except I'm not the robot I was.
Yeah.
I'm a better robot, a Hatcher robot.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Now I always call him 9s and her Tube.
Those are good. Those are good like fan names. Like I'm surprised it's not actually a thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, like fucking Heavy Rain is the other one that like,
Oh god.
enrages me.
Yeah, that's the. See, I'm worried that it's gonna be a heavy rain. You know, like
Yeah.
the answers were totally there, except no.
Yeah, except you couldn't see them because we fucking lied to you.
Yeah. Essentially.
Man, like fuck David Cage.
Keep going straight.
And I've already. I'm even more apprehensive of what the twist of Zaragoza will be, because so it's you can't get in the room. They keep saying you can't get in the room, doors locked, window, whatever. But really early on, I asked the person I'm watching this with, I was like, well, what are these doors locked with? And it turns out that it's just a lock that you stick a key in.
Oh, okay.
So
somebody has like the key.
yeah, but not only does somebody have the key, because that's one of the things is, the 3 maids have keys to all the rooms because they're maids. They have to clean the rooms, you know? But even apart from that, I was just like, anybody can pick one of those old-timey physical locks and then like re-lock it with thieves' tools or something. You know? So they're already... It's dumb. They're already saying impossible to get in because door locked, but no, it's not.
Oh, so right now 2B is fighting that big electrical monster.
Oh, gotcha.
So we gotta go and shut off the power.
That Goliath we just encountered.
I got it. I've been keeping an eye on it.
I love this
I'm
music.
gonna shut off power to the factory now.
Do it.
Yeah,
I love Toho, by the way.
20% control.
This is actually kind of chill. I like this change of pace from 2Bs. This is neat. We're playing Toho now.
I don't like this because I'm not good at bullet hell.
I mean, we're playing easy Toho because you can shoot down half the bullets.
Half the bullets, yeah.
Yeah. I was about to catch myself.
I was making headway, and like now I lost all my progress. There we go.
If none of these bullets were shoot downable, this would be. Oh, that's pretty. That's.
Oh shit!
What the hell?
Oh god!
You've got to find an opening somewhere.
Yeah, but there's so much.
There it is. There it is. Oh.
Ah.
Yeah, if you back up, you can squeeze through.
I think my progress is kept to an extent. Like,
Oh,
okay,
you follow the orange ones around. You've got to.
That's what I'm trying, but there's like no way to break.
No, you got.
through.
Okay, it's fine. Next time you die, just be really diligent about following the orange around the circle. Oh, see, you did
How
it.
the hell did I get through that?
Keep going clockwise. Keep going clockwise as you shoot.
Oh, I see.
Because the purple's gonna catch up with you unless you get
Right.
close.
Wow, I
Get
didn't-
close to them and follow it around.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah,
I just shut down the electrical grid.
you pick up shit when you play a lot of pool.
Right. Yeah, you probably wouldn't like Danganronpa because it's all like locked room mysteries, like with crap tons of exceptions that start popping up.
Yeah, but so I mentioned the whole key thing, right? Like, it's not a combination lock. It's not an electronic one. It's a physical old lock. And I've been told, like, yeah, that's going to be one of the things. Is like, people can just pick physical locks.
That's dumb.
That's what I'm waiting
the
for.
joy of the heavens. Release me from my yoke of iron. Thus shall our souls be saved.
I see.
Forever and ever. forever and ever. Those were the words I heard in the moon server. But why?
Alert. 2B has defeated the Goliath-class heavy weapon unit.
Right.
Do I get
Okay,
XPs even though I wasn't physically there? I autocon that shit.
Yeah.
9S,
Commander.
I'm sorry. You're needed back at command.
Understood.
That's marginally faster, I think.
I don't think it actually is, but I just in games with like air dashing, I like to try and not touch the ground.
Yeah.
Play the ground as lava as much as I can. That was my favorite thing to do in City of Heroes.
Who's that
You
statue?
left quite
Oh.
a
That's the
trail
commander.
when you accessed the main server.
That's what I wanted to speak with you about.
Is she in
Commander.
a single tone of gray for a
I
reason?
found records
I mean,
stating
she's-
that the
she's all
Council of
dressed in white.
Humanity was established as part of Project Yorha.
Oh, but we're in
I've always
grayscale
heard
this
it
whole
was the other way
screen.
Yeah,
around.
Oh, okay.
So did
Yeah, the
Yorha
bunker's in
actually
grayscale for some
create the
reason.
Council of Humanity?
Yes. We installed the Council of Humanity's server on the surface of the moon.
But that means...
Mankind no longer exists. In truth,
Well,
humans never went to the moon
I
at
didn't
all.
see this coming.
Any
It's
transmissions
okay. That's not
received
the
from moon
that's not
are
the
just
plot
dummy
twist.
signals we set up in
Oh,
advance.
okay.
The only thing there is a small bit of data relating to the human genome.
I mean, it was pretty. If nothing else, it was pretty obvious when you saw
Humans were already
the transport
extinct when the
manifest,
aliens
Yeah.
attacked.
and it was like just
All
like
the details
a
are
little bit
stored
of
on
water
this
and
memory
boxes
chip.
and shit.
If you want to look at it, I won't stop you.
Wait, you're just giving me this? But why?
No one fights without a reason. And we need a god worth dying for.
Or you could just live forever and like go somewhere else.
Well, no.
What path will you take?
I mean,
It's up to you.
we can
to
read the
decide.
file to get more info. Like, I'll just sum it up that basically the aliens were invading. There was no one to fight them, so the existing androids, because the events of Nier resulted in androids being a thing.
Yeah.
Built the Yorha androids, which are combat models,
Right.
and then they made up the whole shit about the last humans being on the moon to give them a motivating factor to fight for.
Right. But I'm saying if...
I swear I'll kill
Oh yeah, he
them
gets
all.
Yeah, but if you have, these androids, like sentient androids, machine,
The human
probably
race
live
is
forever with the proper maintenance.
Gone.
No enemies to fight.
But there are enemies to fight. There's fucking aliens. Well, there's not aliens anymore, but there's still the robots they left behind,
Right, but
which are self-producing. Like the robots make their own shit, and the robots eventually resulted in Eve and Adam.
Well, I suppose if you want to take
Yeah.
back the Earth and reclaim the planet, that's fine. I was just thinking, take your space station and fly to Alpha Centauri and go have a new
Better
life.
get a move
You
on.
can't, because the robots want to keep fighting the androids, and they'll chase them.
Oh, okay. Well,
The robots are actually a really huge threat.
all right. Well then, yeah, kill them all and take the planet.
They
back.
don't give a shit about the planet. They care about fighting Europe
Any details?
Right.
for reasons I can't get into.
Right. But I mean, Yorha could fight them because then they'd have a planet to live on.
They're supposed to be
So that's
weakened.
Cause
Right.
unknown.
Alright.
Goliath-class enemies also confirmed. Immediate action advised.
Time to save.
I was actually,
Neat. So it looks like I'll be able to finish this route this video, and then next video we can start Route C
okay, cool.
and get a little of that.
Yeah, in the course of discussion, I was talking about Nier 1, and since I didn't play it, I've sort of been,
With your other friend who plays Nier,
yeah.
the one you're cheating on me with,
Yeah.
fucking whore.
Well, I mean, since I didn't play it, I've been kind of reading about what happens, and like, it's just sort of complicated, but
Well, I mentioned this to Corwin when he asked one day, but they had planned out for there to be a game after they made after they were gonna make Nier. They were gonna make a prequel to Nier. So there's an incredibly complicated backstory, but
you're killing a bunch of fish.
yeah, Kavia, the company that made Drakengard and Nier, went under before Nier could finish. So Square Enix bought them out. and so the plans for the prequel game were scrapped because like Square Enix only deigns to make like Drakengard shit because like somebody really high up in the company really fucking loves Drakengard for some reason.
Yeah.
Or not Drakengard specifically, but somebody really high up just really fucking loves Taro Yako's work. For
Well,
which we are happy because he keeps getting to make cool shit like this.
yeah, well, that's what I was gonna... Anyway, when you talk about original Nier, I wasn't gonna get into everything that happens because complicated plot is complicated.
Right.
But
signal detected nearby.
everyone's favorite subject, Kaine,
Right.
aka girl with the dong.
Yep.
I was reading this thing called
You okay?
what was it called?
Landed that direct hit.
Like Grimoire Nier, I think was an official publication.
In Japan, yes.
Yeah, which has
All of you are going
in
to
which they
die.
actually talk to Taro a lot and get him to say things.
Yeah. It also has the ending that was cut from the final game,
Yeah.
which people really like as it's a much more hopeful ending than what we actually got.
Yeah. Well, two things I'll say, which among the many things contained within.
Look, I had to start fishing prompts
Yeah.
while I was running away from the thing. I don't think I can fish anymore, but it's funny that was even there.
So the two things that I found interesting were, apparently, and again, we're not getting into it. Figure out, guys, because complicated plot is complicated.
I mean,
But-
I wouldn't be adverse to doing like a taking time where I just kind of lay it out
Right.
to be easy to absorb.
Anyway, apparently for ending D of, first Nier, people asked Taro specifically how Kaine was saved in ending D.
Uh-huh.
And he said, quote, by everyone's love and spirit. That is the official reason.
I would like you to keep that in mind
Okay.
because eventually it's going to be relevant.
Okay, so that is what happened, and apparently, what I also learned was Kaine
Commencing fishing.
did not get the dong through any weird
Nope.
fusion with Tyran or whatever his name was.
Yeah, no. She was just born that way.
Well, apparently her, and spoilers, shut up, guys. Apparently, her replicant was just born as a hermaphrodite due to some random error in the replicant system because it had been running so long.
Right.
And her gestalt, like, original Kaine was just a normal human female with a fiance and stuff.
Presumably.
Yeah.
Pascal?
So,
Come in, Pascal!
I thought that was interesting because, now we are less able to make fun of people who say they want to bone Kaine because they can just say, I want to bone original Kaine.
Well,
Who doesn't have the dick?
I mean, anyone who says that probably hasn't done the research necessary to come to that conclusion. And so you can still make fun of them because Kaine is intentionally designed to trap those people.
Right.
Yeah.
But, I mean...
she is a much more literal trap than other times that term is used on the internet.
Right. But I found it interesting that they have... Those folks have a salvation because Word of God says Kaine was originally not a trap.
There is also a DLC costume where you can see her bulge. She's wearing jeans.
Yeah. But anyway, no. So those,
I like Kaine.
those were two things that
Damn it! They're here too!
I know I was confused. Well, I was confused about the D ending because what the hell? And two, people still get into arguments about whether Kaine has a dong or not.
Because like people want a girl that hot to be boneable.
Yes, and so the answer is yes and no, depending on which one you want.
But I mean, like, awesome Kaine is the one with the dong. because she coins the phrase shit hog. which also gets reused in this game.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so there's, you know... Anyway, that was interesting. I like that whole publication because I'm always just a big fan of... I'm a big fan of the Word of God being laid down because I like ending dumb fan arguments about things.
I mean, I would rather a work not need supplemental crap to tell its story.
Right.
And, I mean, to be fair, I think... To be fair, given the intense budget it was under, I think Nier does a really good job of telling you everything you need to know within the actual game.
Yeah, and I agree. I mean, I think that supplemental stuff should be strictly unnecessary, but
because like I'm past the point where I hate Final Fantasy VII, like on principle.
Yeah.
Like I'm cool with it now, but when I have arguments with people who are like, 7 has a great story, and I'm like, no, 7 does not. I'm like, yeah, it does, because you just have to read like the guide written by so and so, and this book and that book, and play all these games that came out like 10 years after.
Yeah.
And, like, asshole, it's not a good story if the game couldn't tell its own fucking story.
Yeah.
You can't just go back and try to explain shit after the fact. That's cheating.
And yeah, and that's... I agree. But I'm talking more about, like, you know, there will be... Yeah, I feel like it should be one of the sacred rules of the internet.
Oh, yeah.
You know, if a thing exists, fans will argue about it.
Oh, yeah.
And...
especially if it involves gender.
Yeah, and for some reason, I get a warm, fuzzy feeling when the creator or whatever, when Word of God comes down and settles shit.
And here you
I'm
are.
like, good, we've solved, a problem has been solved in this world. You know what I mean?
There are apparently still arguing whether or not Naoto from Persona 4 was like a post-op transsexual, or whether or not she just dressed as a dude, and
See?
like why she does those things, even though the game spells out that, you know, exactly her motivations, and they really don't have anything to do with gender identity at all.
Yeah, and see, the thing is, in that circumstance, rather than have to try to point at the game and say, look at this, and argue a case, I would rather just the creator come out and say, I made it, this is how it is, shut up, everybody.
Yeah, but that doesn't stop people.
And
like every time the guy who made Five Nights at Freddy's like clarifies something, the people whose headcanons are ruined by it get pissed off.
Right.
And like ignore him anyway.
But I like that because at least you now can say to them, you know, you're canon wrong. Like, you're officially wrong.
Yeah. Like, apparently every time he has to clarify, like, a person's, like, a robot's gender.
Yeah.
Not even, like, not even a person. Like, people throw shit fits.
Yeah.
Like, to this very day.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good
It's
because...
like, get the fuck over it, asshole. It's a robot. Also, notice how I'm skipping the majority of this boss fight.
Well, I do... See, and the thing is, I like that, though, because it's my second playthrough. I don't want to fight the boss again.
Yeah, no. Like
it's...
I like it in... Well, like I said before, like, my headcanon for these is that while I'm doing the hacking minigame, that 2B is actually, like, fighting the boss.
It's covering you, yeah.
Yeah, she's basically doing the stuff I had to do before.
I mean, and I would just assume that, you know, 9S is capable of hacking and looking at the space around him and dodging crap at the same time. So, you know, I just think while you're hacking, you're also doing this. You're jumping around on these platforms and stuff.
I mean, I assume it's like a witch time kind of thing. Like,
yeah. I mean, they're all acceptable.
The hacking is just happening like really like much faster.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like when Sailor Moon transforms.
I mean, if
like
you...
she's not really spinning around for like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
or the Power Rangers.
I believe Tron supports that view because it states that I know it does in Legacy, and I don't know about the original.
Stop healing.
But I know for a fact that in Legacy it said time in computer. Like, you spend more time in the computer than you do outside.
Oh,
so
yeah,
like,
yeah.
20 years IRL is 1,000 years in computer.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And that's the
Yeah.
apparently that's the actual conversion.
Right, I'd forgotten that was actually a thing in Legacy.
Yeah. So it's probably like the hacking actually takes about a half second. Because I mean, in reality, it's not this. It's just code running.
No, this is exactly what happens when you hack.
Yeah, it is, right? You've
This-
got to dodge the
Yeah,
stuff.
This specifically.
Yes.
The only thing that could make this more real is if there were like skeletons.
Right. You got to dodge the skulls.
So I'm not sure if you can fight him normally and skip this.
Probably. Honestly, why not?
I'm sure you can. Yeah.
His life still decreases when you hit him with your sword. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
So, but why wouldn't you hack? Like,
I mean, I did it because I really want to get to Route C.
oh.
I needed nothing else.
I feel like this. Wow, you found the safe spot.
Yeah, I found the safe spot.
I feel like this kind of thing would be better with a mouse. Because what?
Alert. Disruption detected in Yorha Unit 9S's self-conscious
Can you walk on the
system.
checkerboard sections?
Corruption potential critical. Evacuation recommended.
Can't.
I'm
Not
not
when I'm
sure.
this far in.
No, I can't.
Oh, okay.
I gotta blow up the block.
Yeah.
So they're just clarifying that 9S got corrupted,
Oh, okay.
as we saw in the A route ending.
Right.
But fortunately, we know that everything's gonna turn out okay until Route C.
In our moments.
Alert. Corruption confirmed in
God, this boss fight is so exciting.
self-consciousness system.
Look at all this boss.
I mean,
look at all this amazing platinum gameplay.
I'd still rather be doing this than fighting the boss again.
Like, fuck Bayonetta. Like, this is platinum at its finest. No, I do love Nier, but I feel like we could have done without like half of that sequence.
Yeah, I mean, it needs to be shorter.
Listen to me, Adam. I never disliked fighting, but I didn't want you to be hurt. And I especially didn't want to lose you. So let's go somewhere quiet. Together, my brother.
Well,
There has got to be so much porn of him made by this point.
yeah. I mean, there's tons made of 2B.
I mean, I saw that coming. And unlike Kaine, she does not have a dome. So
Yeah. Oh, what is it? My friend, Jackie theorized that because we were joking about, oh, why do they wear the dumb maid clothes and why the, ripping skirt and panty shots.
is she the one you've been asking me for tips on, or for tips for? You have a friend who's playing.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And so it's you laugh at it and go, ha ha. Then why is she scantily clad? And Jackie and it made a lot of sense. I'm on board. She just said, the androids double as sex toys.
I mean, there's no one to double as sex toys too.
Other androids.
Right now, there are only Yorha androids and the commander.
Yeah, well, they get it on with each other. They gotta look good.
Well, okay, there are the resistance robots, but they're not in the know on Yorha. So, her theory is factually deficient.
I mean, the androids, have relationships, right?
Yeah.
With each other.
But they're not toys. They have actual Well, I was
No,
gonna say meaningful.
Toy was the wrong word. It's they make them look attractive, so that they are capable in combat and also in bed.
If you're going to make a robot person, you might as well make them hot.
Exactly.
Like that's just how it works.
The androids wouldn't want to bone other androids if they didn't look good.
Exactly.
So that's essentially the. And I agree. Like, I mean, why not? Why is that machine gun pod actually aiming so well?
Well, that's 2B's.
Oh, so she's
She's stuck with her default, her default.
right, but yeah, it's just it's actually being a reliable weapon. It's not just like
Yeah.
all over the.
Also, that segment, that last bit is way shorter in 9S's route than 2B's, which is kind of nice.
Yeah.
Because 2B's makes you, like, you do your crippled dodging for a while to avoid the giant walls of stuff. And this time I just blew it up, like, really fast. Alright, so this is all, this should all be, like, the same stuff we already saw.
Yeah.
But, is your friend enjoying Nier, out of curiosity?
Yeah. Like she's really liking it.
Good, I'm glad. Did you actually find the pods?
Yeah. Well, she found Missile, but not Snake yet.
Oh, that's fine. Like, Missile is the one that you actually have to, like, look for.
Yeah.
I was worried that I couldn't really give you a better indicator than, you know, drift left.
Yeah.
I found it completely by accident when I was already on, like, Route C.
Right.
And I only had, like, a vague idea of where I was going to get it this time. Oh, right. Yeah, I forgot about this.
It's okay.
Now we're playing this
I can
bit from
always
9S's
reload my
point of view.
backup data from the bunker.
But you'll lose you. The you that exists at this very moment.
Guess so. But we can't upload this corrupted data to the bunker. So,
9S.
please do me. I want you to do this for me.
Do it, Tube.
I can't wait till we get the Nier banner in Brave Exvius.
Is there gonna be one?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I'm gonna pull super hard.
What are you?
Yeah, those girls weren't in the first version of this.
Oh man.
What could that mean? But yeah, apparently like 9S is a really good support unit, and 2B is like it's like an amazeballs DPS.
Do one of those girls have a boy name?
Those two girls?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Just if we're going with the Adam and Eve trend, and they were both dudes, one of them has to have a male name. It's fine. He'll be re-uploaded.
I mean, yeah, but she hasn't seen the ending. She hasn't seen the ending of this bit yet. It's sad when you don't know what's coming up.
I know.
And then, like, without saying it anymore, it gets, like, sad retroactively. Like, down the road.
It always ends like this.
If he was a Pokemon, the tears would have brought him back to life.
Yep.
I'm sad she doesn't have the valve in her head that I equipped onto her.
Yeah.
There's still some alive.
This, the fact that this is in, like, pseudo, like, widescreen reminds me that, the Evil Within has, by default, you play it basically in widescreen mode. Because the game runs like shit. So you have, like, the black bars, and they just completely, like, obscure, like, a lot of the threats to you.
Yeah, I mean, the black bars are just only an artistic choice here, like, not necessary at all.
Well, it just reminded me that that happened, and,
Yeah.
like, people hated it so much that they eventually had to patch the game so you could turn the dumb black bars off.
Yeah.
And it's like night and day. Like, the game becomes infinitely more playable.
Okay.
So, I was really glad I read that you could do that, because it's still kind of hard to, like, find the option to do it, but It makes the game way more playable. But yeah. And in, apparently in Brave Exvius, like, 2B has, like, a super amazing, like damaging move, but it also kills her.
It looks like I left my personal data
I'm
in the
assuming
machine
it's her
side of things.
self-destruct or something.
Next
Yeah.
thing I knew, my sense of self was regenerated over the surrounding network. Having multiple selves fused together like this is a pretty valuable experience, so I wanted to record it. But I couldn't access any storage areas yet. So I just multiplexed it over the memories of some nearby enemies, so that when I returned to my own body, I...
2B is just like, damn,
Yeah.
computers.
I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah.
Big O, show time.
Yeah. The scouting models do all the actual stuff. The combat ones are just like hit sword thing.
I'm kind of sad he doesn't like stay
Final battle with Adam and
in
Eve.
Big O
Yeah.
and like let you
This
like
battle
summon
will
him into
likely
battle.
have a great
That'd be
effect on the
awesome.
outcome of the
That would have
war.
been super cool.
2B and I. Our battle will
Again,
continue for
the
some time.
gravitas is a little ruined by no pants.
Yeah.
Also, I didn't know there was a little dude in the arm of the big dude.
I didn't notice that either. That's awesome. So they're like it's like the Megazord.
Yeah.
Because there's a dude in the back, and
Yeah.
I guess there's a dude in each arm,
Yeah.
and there's a dude who forms the head. That's awesome. All right, let's skip this shit. Although I do really like this song.
Recover designated items.
Oh right, we have a semi-playable epilogue here.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oops. Yep, we totally defeated Eve.
So
Or-
the robots,
The war is over.
are trying to attack like this space base, and we're on the defensive of them.
Well, they're fighting a prolonged war against Yorha, period. But this is our base.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, yeah, I was entertaining the possibility of not fighting and just leaving.
No, because like I said, the robots don't give
But
a
they'll
shit.
chase you.
Yeah, they don't give a shit about Earth. They care about fighting Yorha.
Okay. It's just they haven't shown them to have much in the way of space travel yet, so.
I mean,
Hey.
not yet.
2B, I needed to give you this.
But they're adaptable is the thing.
Yeah.
That's why.
They'll probably all
neat.
hold hands and
I never
whistle off
got
it.
this free shit from 9S before.
Yeah, cool.
Never mind.
Planning
But yeah, like,
preparations complete.
That's how they figured out how to poop out like super robot android people.
Yeah. They just believed.
I can buy shit during the ending
Nice.
credits. And I got mail during the ending credits. Can I check my mail? I guess I can. I'll have to check it in the next round. Oh, I didn't realize 2B's room had her name on it.
Huh.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And
Remember your-
I'm gonna skip the preview. 'cause,
Okay.
I mean, we're gonna play through.
Yeah, we will see it.
I don't like it when they give you previews that spoil what's gonna happen. Like, it's dumb. Like, if it's a game and you're gonna play through that bit. Like, Alan Wake does that at the end of every chapter and it drives me crazy.
Well, apparently, they have to fight to keep people playing again to see the multiple endings, because a bunch of people went, what was that, and didn't play again after the first one, so.
I know, but still. Also, we didn't get the chapter, or we didn't get the warning like, hey, you should play more Nier.
Yeah.
Alright, so this is the next bit, I believe.
Alright. Well, are we gonna watch a cutscene before we end the video?
Oh, shit. Yeah, I should have... I was just running on instinct there. Alright, we'll just, like... I think I can pause when the cutscene starts.
Let's see.
Yeah, okay. Alright,
Alright.
so we'll cut it here, and we'll start the next video.
Alright, cool.
See you guys then.